the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Good Sunday evening to you, race fans, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage for the Midwest Dirt Racing UMP Modified Series tonight from Williams Grove Speedway on a very special 9/11. Got a few drivers out here commemorating 21 years since the tragic day. Trying to give these guys a little bit of love, show their commemorative paint schemes off. Scott Bender 69 car. Want to make sure we welcome everybody in, guys. We hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Been a little while since we've been on the air. Feels like months, but I know it's only been a couple of weeks. And things starting to pick up. We know that for sure. We'll be putting a broadcast schedule out in the next, probably week to 10 days once it's finalized. But it's looking like somewhere between 7 and 9 shows every single week for you. Multiple shows on several nights now as a series starting to pick up and things starting to cool off. And Real Track series starting to wind down. A lot of championship nights have been happening over the last few nights. Sean Judson. I know a couple of these guys have put some stuff on. I didn't have the whole list, unfortunately. And some other guys with some new paint on theirs. We'll give everybody a little bit of time, but we will definitely try to highlight when these boys are out here rolling around tonight. Bittinger and Judson for sure. We know those guys are doing this special for 9/11. So, Mr. Layton. Got about 3.5 minutes. We'll go down for opening ceremonies here in just about 60 to 70 seconds. Get this night kicked off. Got about 14 cars checked in for tonight, so going to be a quick one. Couple of heats. B feature. Probably just for starting positions, and then right on to the A main tonight. See, they're around 78 degrees outside, 67% humidity. So not very wet tonight out there in the air. Not a lot going on this week. Could be a Tuesday show for us. PRO, guys. Have not confirmed whether that's going to happen for sure or not. But we are going to try to bring that one in. And then in a couple of weeks, you guys are going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And by mid-October, that schedule will be full and doubled up on a bunch of nights. So be ready for that. I want to shout out to my man Tim. Hollered at me this week, trying to put something special together for the 24th. The 24th of this month. So we'll be hopefully having a show here, and if everything works out, it'll be a really cool deal. We're going to try to bring some sim racers together with some guys from the track when they'll be at the Four Crown up at Eldora. And they have internet up there now, so it makes it a whole lot easier for them to race with us when we do some hosted stuff. So DRN and Tim Sims putting on something special there, so keep your eyes peeled for that. It's going to be an invitation race. But it is time for us to go trackside for tonight's opening ceremony. So, Mr. Public Address Announcer, please take it away.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, huge thank you to Johnny and Sam Foley once again. Coming back just in time. Drivers gridding out for heat race number 1. On the pole, the 74 machine. That's a Team Outlaw Motorsports entry. That's Peter Brees. And on his outside, the 77, the GB Restoration and Repair machine of Gary Budseen. Colt Collins, the 94 car, will start inside of row number 2. And on his outside, Sean Judson, the 19 car. That's a Team Outlaw machine as well. Then in your third row on the inside, going to be Andrew Murphy, the 31 car. And on his outside, Eric Van Winkle, Max Racing Chassis, number 28. And on the back, in the rally, number 43. League owner, league president, great painter, Mr. Reed Rundle. All around pretty nice guy. Get these guys set up. They'll go green the next time out of turn number 4. 7 cars. Everybody's going to the feature. We're going to see about 4 of these guys in the B main just for their final starting spots. Don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. I saw Mr. Layton already said hello. Tell us where you're watching from if you got a favorite driver. If you're on Facebook, be sure you come by the Dirt Racing Network. Like, share, and follow. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo, go by and hit subscribe. You'll know every time we go live. All right, pace truck is in. Green flag about to go. I have no idea why this is doing this, but...
Green flag, green flag.
All right, green flag in the air. Waited until we were almost to the starter stand to get that green flag. Little contact there. Collins and Budzine. Now Humphreys and Budzine. Rundle in it. And that's Mr. Humphreys. Looks like his car heavily damaged. Hung up on the tire. He's going to drive it away. I don't know how much good that's going to do him. That car looks like it's tore up pretty good. But Peter Brees going to lead a lap number 1. Colt Collins into second. Sean Judson up to third. Van Winkle fourth. Rundle got away from the incident. A little bit of damage on the front of that car. Very little, as a matter of fact. He got away in fifth. Budzine in sixth. And Humphrey way back. And maybe that car not as damaged as it looks when it hopped down off of that tire. So maybe he'll be able to continue. He needed a caution. I don't know that he's going to get one. These guys coming out of 4 down the front stretch. Out of 2 down the back stretch, excuse me. And looks like Collins and Judson going at it, but they are reeling in. Peter Brees just the same. Now Judson makes the move to the inside out of 4. And by the time we get to turn 1, he's got second. He is just barely off the pace of Peter Brees. I think he was a little quicker last lap. He's going to get there pretty quick. Maybe another lap or so. We got 4 to go this time. We might see a new leader before this thing is over. Judson started 4th up to 2nd. He's going to make a bid for the lead down here in 3 and 4. Will it be the slider? He did not go all the way to the top, but if he's got the drive off the bottom he had the last time around. New leader at the line with 3 to go. Sean Judson, Peter Brees falling back to 2nd. Colt Collins still hanging on in 3rd right there. Big swing. They swing them a little right, swing them left so they can get them set to go through the corners. 2 to go, and Judson now starting to get away. Let's go back and look at 4th place. Rundle, he is way off of 3rd. About 2.5 seconds. So Collins pretty safe there in that 3rd spot. We're going to get our white flag this time. Judson, Brees, Collins. Here comes Rundle. But the 19 car with the big tribute paint scheme going to come out of turn 4, heat 1. Going to go to Sean Judson. Brees 2nd, Collins 3rd. Rundle will come home in 4th. Van Winkle will hang on for 5th, and Budzine. And a very unlucky driver in the 31 car, Andrew Murphy, going to come home in 7th. So, heat 1 in the books. We'll get ready to show you the starting grid for heat number 2. It's going to be the 69 of Scott Bittinger, Team Outlaw driver. Next to him, BGI driver in the 13 car. That's going to be Cody Kelly. Colby Cooper, another BGI driver. Drives the 9 car. He sits inside of row number 2 to his outside. His teammate in the 17, that's going to be Buddy Ware. 3rd row on the inside, as it looks like all of BGI in heat number 2. The 21, that is the 1.8 electric machine of Garrett Boyd. And on his outside, the 27 car, going to be Keegan Bush. On the back, in the Rocket Racing Esports, number 11, that's going to be Shane Yates. Second and final heat race. Everybody going to the feature. I think there's about 2 more maybe after tonight. This one and maybe 2 more. We'll determine a champion. They'll take a little break, get ready to go with their winter season. And their winter season goes back to being a weekly season. So 7 of them here. 10 laps again. It must be a setting. Something must have got updated and it must have messed up a setting. It's getting a little old. All right, out of 4, just waiting for our green flag. Guys, I don't know why it's getting herky and jerky. It's something iRacing up or Windows updated, and it frustrates me to no end when they do that stuff because they got to mess with everything on your computer. The green flag in the air. Kelly got a little tap on the back of Bittinger. Slowed him down just enough to let his teammate get by. Now there's a 4-car battle. Make it 5 cars as Boyd puts his hat in the ring. They're 3 wide out of 4. That's for 3rd place. Up front, almost side by side. Cooper and Bittinger. Cooper off the inside by a nose. Down the backstretch and into turns 3 and 4. This time by Cooper leads the lap. Just barely led that lap. Bittinger keep it wound up on the top side. And he may have enough momentum to surge in front. And he does, getting into 3 and 4. Cooper will go back to the bottom. Here comes Boyd right next to his teammate Cody Kelly. That's for 3rd and 4th. And then Buddy Ware is tucked right in behind them. It's a little ways back to Yates. About a second off of that battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We're watching the battle for the lead right now. Bittinger holding him off just barely. I think if Cooper finds any kind of bite off the bottom, he'll be able to force Bittinger to give him a little bit better line in the corner. Goes in deep, really gets the car checked down. Going to find the grip on the exit at 2. Maybe get the drive down the backstretch. Pulls alongside. Good race for the lead into this one. Still side by side now by 1 1/4 car lengths. Cooper better in 1 and 2. Bittinger better where it counts. That's down in 3 and 4, finishing off the lap. Going to be down to 2 to go this time already. This heat race really clicking them off quick, and the whole field right there in the screen. They are all on the same straightaway. Boyd now has reeled in the front 2. We're going to get the white flag, and it's going to be a 3-car race for the win. Out of 4 to the white flag. Bittinger by a car, 2 cars now, as he got a great run off the top side. He'll hold serve down the backstretch. Cooper got a little closer, then lost it all on the exit, so Bittinger just needs to keep it straight for the next 2 corners. Scott Bittinger going to win heat 2 at the line. Cooper 2nd, Boyd 3rd, Kelly 4th. Yates got around Ware for 5th. Ware now 6th, and then Keegan Bush going to wind to this one up. Something must have happened to Bush because he was in the screen a couple of laps ago, and then he fell way back. So heat racing action has reached its conclusion. This will be a B main for sake of having a B main. And we'll show you the lineup in it. They will race for their starting positions in tonight's feature. Reed Rundle will start on the pole next to Cody Kelly, then Van Winkle and Yates in row 2. Budzine and Ware in row 3. Humphrey and Bush in row 4. So, heat race 1's 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th on the inside. Heat race 2, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th on the outside. And I think they shuffled them just a little bit, but hey, that'll make it more interesting. We'll see what these guys can do. They're going to roll them off. Huh. I don't know. We'll have to give her a restart and see what she does. All right, lights off on the pace truck. B-Main just about to get going here. All right, pace truck will drop off. Our B main coming at us down the front stretch.
Green flag, green flag.
And green flag in the other. They waited till almost a starter stand once again. Everybody into 1 and 2. Big jumble at third. Contact there. Budzine and Yates get together. Yates gets it back underneath him right in front of Ware. Ware gives him a shove, then clips the wall.
All right, man.
Caution.
Toss it out.
Buddy Ware got that one. So Ware was right behind Yates, tapped the back of him, then gets it up against the outside wall. Interesting. So we'll get them lined up, get them ready to go again. Huh. Okay. Should get one to go this time. Well, why couldn't you make it, Dean? You weren't scared, were you? I'm asking for one of the guys in the server. I'm not asking for me. I promise. I'm asking for all the Dean Burnt fans out there. That's what I'm asking for. All right. Field formed to back up. Going to go back to green. They're just racing for their final starting spot in tonight's AMA. Rundle and Kelly. Van Winkle and Yates. Budzine and Humphrey, Bush and Ware. See if they hold us down till we get back to the flag stand. They do not, as Reed Rundle finds the loud pedal quickly out of turn 4. And he will surge out to the front. Cody Kelly, Shane Yates, second, third. Humphreys slides into fourth for single file down the backstretch. Ware, Bush, Budzine, and Van Winkle. As we go back to the front. And Rundle, he's getting reeled in pretty quick here. He had about 4 car lengths the last time we went into turns 1 and 2. He is down to about a car and a half, and Cody Kelly working that inside line, really getting the 13 car up on the bars, and he is running him right down. If he can get some bite here, he might pull alongside as we head down the front stretch. He does, and at the line, Cody Kelly by a nose. So, inside line starting to come to life. Here comes Yates, going to follow the 13 car right on through. I've heard a whole lot of reasons to not sim race, but being drunk has never been one of them, Dean Burnt. In fact, I know a lot of guys race better when they are drunk. All right, at the front, still watching Yates and Kelly. And I thought Yates was going to be able to show him the nose and see if he could move Kelly up the hill a little bit on the exit of 2. Just didn't materialize. And now Rundle's trying to do that to Yates, tried to show him he was there. Kelly's got the lead. Yates is second. Rundle is third. Humphrey still fourth, and he's not that far behind these guys. We'll keep our eyes so we can see the front of the field. Down to 6 to go in the B main. It was down to half a second. That'll go up to about 0.8. Well, there's a good one. Couldn't find my steering wheel. Cody Kelly still out in front. Coming around to 4 to go. Yates, Rundle, Humphreys. Buddy Ware hanging into 5th. Bud Zine.
All
He's
right,
got
man.
6.
Caution is out.
Keegan
Caution is
Bush. I don't think this was him. I think this was Keegan Bush or Van Winkle. Somebody else had a problem here. Yeah, I'm not sure who had the problem. It did not show me who had an issue. Reed Rundle. So Rundle crashed. Let's see if we can see what happened to Rundle here. Oh, he clips the fence down the backstretch, and it really hurt the car. Then he loses it right there. Yeah, that really hurt the suspension on that car. So it was Rundle. I was right the first time. I don't know how I got that right, but. So we'll be 4 to go, probably 3 to go when we get the green, I think. So we were already on 4 to go. Whatever. We'll see if we get the 1 to go this time. Gave everybody else a break tonight is what I'm hearing. So they'll get them single file. We will have 4 laps. 4 to go still shown. Man, what in the hell is that about? I don't even understand. Yeah, we'll fix it. Pace truck is in. Green flag about to come back out over the B main with 4 laps remaining. Cody Kelly
Green, green, green.
on the throttle head. Shane Yates tucked right up underneath him when he punched the gas. And now Yates falls back, make it 2, 3, almost 4 car lengths out of turn number 2. Cody Kelly is working the bottom side of this track almost to perfection. Had a little problems getting into the corner right there, but he gets it gathered back up. Only lost about a car and a half. In on the bottom, slides it up in the middle. He's diamonding these corners, and he's really doing a pretty good job of finding the grip on the exit. Every time he gets about a half a car as we head down the straightaway. That time Yates took it in deep, thought he was going to slide right in there and move Kelly up the hill. He didn't do that. Was able to check the car down. Only picked up about 1 car length. Going to be white flag of this time by B Main, nearly in the books. Kelly across the stripe takes the white flag. Out of 2, has it comfortably in hand right now, heading down the backstretch. And Cody Kelly is going to win tonight's B-Main. Shane Yates in second. Andrew Humphrey, Buddy Ware, Gary Budzine rounding out the top 5. Then it'll be Bush, Arundel, and Van Winkle rounding out the field. So everybody making it into the A-Main. Now we know where they're going to start. We'll have a couple of minutes here for the guys to go out, work in the track. While they're doing that, we'll take a quick break. Let you watch this. All right, warm-up session winding down. We'll get ready to bring out the drivers. For the lineup, tonight's A main. Drivers gridding out on the front stretch for tonight's A main. It's going to be Shane Yates and Cody Kelly in row number 1. You saw those two in the B main. By virtue of the redraw, they go to the front. Then Garrett Boyd, Colt Collins in row number 2. Colby Cooper, Peter Brees, row 3. Scott Bittinger and Sean Judson will make up row number 4. Row 5, Andrew Humphrey. And Buddy Ware, Keegan Bush. Next to Gary Budzing in row number 6. And then Reed Rundle and Eric Van Winkle rounding out this 14-car field. "30 laps for tonight's A main. Ready for the drivers to roll off. Field now starting to roll away. Off the front stretch, couple of parade laps. Here with these guys just a few weeks ago. And a pretty good race. Had a few bumps and bruises. You got to kind of expect that. But overall was a pretty good race. They got in a pretty decent little green flag run, as I recall. All right, one more time around. They get the signal for one to go. "30 green flag laps." Pace truck in the infield, waiting for Yates and Kelly to get us going here out of turn number 4. Flagman with the green in hand, shows it to the drivers. Green flag. We're underway. Oh, a little goosey getting into 1 and 2. Kelly's going to come away with this. Yates has problems, collects 2 or 3 cars. Nobody wrecked just yet. Everybody's still facing forward. Now we got car sideways. There's your caution. We were watching it. Colt Collins gets tagged. He hits the fence. Looks like he has broken the right rear on that car. We will go back. We're going to watch this through 1 and 2. You saw Yates and Boyd have contact. Now Yates and Collins. A little bit of tappy here and there. And I'm not sure who pushed Buddy Ware into that deal. Gonna say it was Keegan Bush maybe that pushed him up, or Van Winkle maybe that pushed Bush up into, or Ware up into Collins. And so lap 1, turn 2, Calamity Corner already. We'll regroup things and get these guys ready to go. Colt Collins' car heavily damaged. I think Buddy Ware's car heavily damaged as well. Now, Ware must have suspension damage on the front end. It looks like the back end is sitting correctly. Collins' car, well, in the pits, I guess they do sit correctly, but Collins' car, I know the rear end was knocked out of that car, and Ware's could have been the same. So we'll wait to see. Should get the 1 to go as the lights will go off on the pace truck this time. They'll form up 2 by 2. There we go. Took a long time for that pace truck driver to turn those lights off, but he does so. So Cody Kelly, Garrett Boyd, Colby Cooper, Peter Brees, Scott Bittinger, and Sean Judson are going to make up the first 3 rows on the restart. 2 cars out means 12 still to go, 26 laps. Still on the board, and the green flag back in the air.
Green, green, green.
Into 1 and 2. Kelly on the bottom. Boyd on the top. Boyd got a good run through the center. He may have the lead coming down the backstretch. Move the 21 machine out front. Oh, contact between teammates as Cooper got a little sideways and tapped Kelly. Kelly had to roll out, gather the car real quick. That's going to allow Cooper to pull alongside. He had second at the line. Side by side, Bittinger on the inside for fourth. He's got Brees. Shoots past him, takes over the spot. Now moves inside on Kelly. Kelly up to the outside, and that is not where he has been good this evening. He's been good down on the bottom. He gives up third at the line. We'll see if he can fight back here through 1 and 2. Good run there, but just too much on the bottom is Bittinger. Able to push the 69 car out of 2 and clear the 13 to Kelly. Now he goes up the hill, opens the door. Kelly back on the inside. Great battle right here for third. It's about to be a great battle at the front. Gonna have to go watch Cooper. As Cooper's trying to move on the inside of Boyd right here. Looks like Bittinger's gonna have third, but the battle's for the lead. Boyd on the high side, Cooper on the bottom. Cooper, pretty good run out of the bottom. Not as much momentum for Boyd that time by. 1 and 2 is where it's going to happen. Boyd able to drive it very hard through the center. These two side by side now for the entirety of 1 lap. We still got 24 of these to go here. Bittinger trying to run them down while they race side by side. He's cleared Kelly, and he's got about 4 car lengths on Kelly when they come out of the corner. Now Kelly gets a good run through 2. Still watching the battle at the front. This time Cooper by a car length in the middle of 3 and 4. Can he hang on to it and clear Boyd? He's got the lead at the line no matter what. Boyd got a fight back on the high side. It's a long way around, but he's been able to keep that up pretty good. He pulls right back alongside. Meanwhile, Bittinger, slowly but surely, reeling the 2 leaders in. Same gap as the last lap at the line for your front 2. Kelly still 4th. Brees has settled into 5th. Judson's on the high side trying to take 5th away from him. He's right there. Nose to tail now. Cooper has the lead over Boyd. Boyd has fallen into line. Only battle on the track right now is for 5th. Judson had it at the line by half a car that time. Brees on the bottom. Gets a surge, but not enough. Judson moves to 5th. Brees is 6th. Yates is 7th. Humphreys, Budzine, Bush, and Van Winkle, and those 2 side by side racing for 10th and 11th. Reed Rundle is taking the 43 car off the track and put it on the trailer. So Rundle done for the evening. Go back to the front. Going to be inside 20 to go this time. Cooper hanging on in front of his teammate. Bittinger spoiling the 1-2-3 BGI right now as he's got 3rd away from Kelly and closing in on Boyd. You can see the interval. 1/4 second from 1st to 2nd and about 6/10, not quite 6/10. Back to 3rd. Boyd not giving up on this. He is working hard to try to get back to the inside and get his teammate up the hill and off that bottom line. Cooper sees lap traffic at the end of the straightaway right in front of him. You can see Van Winkle and Bush right in front of your leaders now, half a straightaway, maybe a little bit less. So we get to lap traffic. That could change everything. We're going to be down to 15 to go this time by. Keegan Bush, the first car to get into the lap parade. In the bottom, up to the middle. Car a little sideways. Cooper high side. Gets around him. Now the battle's for second as Bittinger closed right in on Boyd. Boyd having to change lines. Bush comes up the hill. That was close. Now Bittinger's boxed in. So that'll open things up and give Boyd a little bit of breathing room to hang on to second. Maybe he can make a challenge, go after his teammate. You can see Van Winkle right in front of your leader. And he had that car way sideways in the middle of turn number 2. Out of 4, here comes Boyd. Boyd got to the inside of Cooper. Cooper kind of checked up for the lap car. Boyd trying to find something on the bottom in 1 and 2. $12 to go this time by. Bittinger closing right back in. Cooper and Boyd nose to tail. Bittinger right in there. Cody Kelly. Couple of seconds back of this. There's Kelly working the high side. Judson's working on Kelly. That's a good battle. Let's watch this. Here we go for the lead again. This time, Bittinger going to see if he can make the bottom work and try to get in here and get Boyd while Boyd's working on Cooper. I want to watch that battle. Oh, Judson has lost a bunch of ground now. That time in 3 and 4, Judson got the car a little sideways, and he lost some ground. Kelly, a little bit of a slider line. Judson went the opposite way, in high, out low. Good run down the backstretch. Give him the spot going into 3 and 4. Move Judson up. Position number 4, but Kelly's trying to fight back on the high side. Top 3 still nose to tail. That time Judson put the rear bumper in front of the front bumper, locks it in, and he takes 4th. We'll go back to the front, coming down to 8 to go. Now Bittinger looking in the middle as Boyd went low and Cooper went high. He was going to see if he could thread the needle and take the lead. Boyd down on the bottom. Good bite right on the exit of the corner. Just too much momentum. So we'll go on Boyd with Garrett Boyd. He comes out of 4. Was alongside Cooper. Now Bittinger right on his tail. Look at it from Bittinger's point of view. You see the leaders get side by side on the exit. 6 to go that time. Top 3 have broken away by nearly 3 seconds. Judson in 4th, Cody Kelly 5th. Yates is up to 6, Brees, Humphrey, and Budzine. I think Bush and Van Winkle a lap down, but a great battle at the front. Been a 3-car battle for a number of laps, almost the entire feature. As we had a caution early and haven't had anything since. We're coming down. It's going to be 4 to go, and Boyd got a good run out of 4. Just can't quite get alongside of Cooper. Now gets the nose to the left rear tire. Going to go in on the bottom. Cooper goes way wide, looking for the big bite in the run. Out now side by side. That time Boyd finds some grip. They're coming up on a lap car, so Boyd got to do something before he gets down to turn 3, because the lap car is going to mess it all up. Lap car gets out of the way. 2 to go this time by. Battle is for the lead. Boyd on the inside. Cooper on the high side. They're starting to get away from Bittinger now. Just not enough bite. A 21 no forward bite on the exit of 2 right there. This time Cooper comes down tight on the exit. Cooper by car and a half, 2 cars at the line, white flag in the air. Lap car in front of them. Gary Budzine probably will not be a factor. Final time through 3 and 4. Does Boyd have anything to bite off the bottom? It doesn't look like it. Colby Cooper wins at Williams Grove. Garrett Boyd second. Scott Bittinger third. Judson and Kelly 4th and 5th. Good run all night for the top 3. They stayed in contact with each other. Good battles. That was a great race. We'll get our top 3. Bring them down here. Oh, Scott Bittinger already in the channel. So
Love you, baby. Good night.
All right. Well, we love you too, Scott Bittinger. Great run tonight, man. Tell us about your feature and tell us a little bit about your paint scheme tonight too.
Kind of wish we wouldn't have reset the track, but it turned out all right. A lot better than what I thought it would be. I was fast here. I think I just messed up. But I was fast here. Sorry.
You're right.
Yeah, I've been fast here. This is like my home state track. I've really taken a liking to this track, and I won 2 officials here this past season for the official races, and just really know the ins and outs on this track. And you know, every time I come here, I get real confident. And yeah, I mean, hats off to Colby and Garrett. They were fast, and I was right there with them. I just couldn't, you know, really couldn't make any moves. So
yeah, it looked like you were waiting for somebody to make a mistake or for those two to race each other just a little too hard, and it really never materialized. But the top 3, you broke away a long ways from the guy behind you, and it really just came down to the 3 of you. How you feel about such a strong run as we get ready to close this season out here over the next couple of races?
I feel really good about it. I needed a good run. I just said tonight, you know, I can win these heat races and all, but it puts me deep in the field. And, you know, with people like Garrett and Colby and Cole, you know, they're fast. And I'm right there with them, but when a fast guy is trying to pass another fast guy, it's hard. So it's not like passing a slow guy. So, you know, I've been managing good top 10s, but I really need them top 3s and top 4s, and we were able to put it off tonight.
Well, a great run, some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go take a deep breath and celebrate.
Yeah, I got to thank my wife and kids for letting me do this. Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast also. Juddy Designs, how about this paint tonight? This paint rocked. You know, his rock. We had one done up for Cole, but he couldn't make it tonight too. And so, you know, 9/11, you know, we'll never forget it. Want to give a shout out to Team Outlaw Motorsports, Juddy Designs, KDC Photography, Bearditude Beard Oil, Speed Ranch, Speed Shop. I think that's everybody.
All right, man. Well, congrats on a great run, and we'll look forward to seeing you back in a couple of weeks.
All right, man. Thank you.
Scott Bittinger runs third. Now let's get down here. Get a look at this 21 machine. Let's talk to the guy he's got to face for radio, but he runs second tonight. He challenged his teammate a bunch of times. Garrett Boyd, you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Awesome run, man. You just could not get that 21 past the 9 car, man. Tell us about the feature.
So knew the top would come in and it'd kind of go one lane, and then was trying to make the bottom work as best as I could. 1 and 2, it was kind of not there. You could hold your own, but not enough to pass them. And my only real opportunity was 3 and 4. I felt like I could get a really good run out of there, and I knew if I could just clear him on exit, I could break his momentum, and we could, the race would be on at that point. But I just could never get there.
Well, tough track, especially for these big, heavy cars. But you guys all made it look pretty easy tonight. And after the initial bump bruise in turn 1 or turn 2, lap 1 there, you guys went the rest of the way, man. Got to be satisfying to know that you guys can get out here and put at least 28 straight laps together, and the top 3 can battle as tight as they did.
Yeah, it's always fun to have really long green flag runs, because you can really see who's here and who's just here for the cautions, I guess. And being able to break away and actually get to race for once is a nice thing.
Give us some shout outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here tonight, buddy.
Big shout out to 1-8 Electric, Mike Layden, Flooring and Remodel, Grand Garage, and UFO Motorsports.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks back here.
Thank you.
Your second place finisher tonight, Garrett Boyd. And now we'll move on. We'll talk to his teammate. He drives the 9 car. He led from the start, and he picks up the win. Kobe Cooper, how you doing this evening, buddy?
Doing good, Roger. How you doing?
I am okay. Got to see a pretty good race, man. You top 3. You guys really went at each other. Tell us about that, and how tough is it to hang on to the lead knowing your teammate is right there and somebody else is coming? And they were pretty quick tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to hold them off, man. Garrett's always fast, and Scott was on his game tonight. I didn't give him props for that. But it's got to just keep it smooth, man. This place is tricky. One wrong move, and you're flipping down the bat straight away like Buddy Ware.
We've all seen Buddy do that multiple times, so let's not get into that. But, your teammate, he showed you a multitude of times that he could put the 21 car alongside of you. How were you able to hold him off?
Yeah, I knew Garrett was down there catfishing. And, man, I did my best to try to take his line away, trying to cut down the track, do like a little diamond. And luckily it paid off for me in the end. I was afraid he was going to throw me a slider, but I didn't know if he was going to be able to clear me or not, because I wasn't going to lift.
Well, I would expect nothing less from you two, especially being teammates and knowing how you race each other. Would have been fun to see if he would have tried to throw that slider in there, man. You got some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, I think my wife, my daughter, GB Designs, GRT Race Cars, Grand Garage, Fieldport Energy, Beware Powerhouse, and that'll do it.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. Look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Appreciate it, Roger.
Colby Cooper picking up the win tonight. Let's take a look at our results. Cooper wins at Boyd with second, Bittinger third. Judson comes home fourth, and Cody Kelly in fifth. It was a good battle between Bittinger and Kelly, and Judson and Kelly there. Cody Kelly makes the 13 car hard to pass every chance he gets, and he made those guys work for those spots. Shane Yates in sixth. Peter Brees with a good run for the 74 car tonight. Top 7 finish for him. Andrew Humphreys in the 31 comes home 8th. Gary Budzine 9th. Keegan Bush 10th. Eric Van Winkle in 11th. Not sure we missed whatever happened to Reed Rundle, but he pulled the car off pretty early this evening. Not long after that restart. He must have got some damage in that initial deal that we couldn't tell. So he comes home 12th, 13th to Buddy Ware, and then Colt Collins rounded out the field. 4 races left in this series before they take a short break and then get ready for the winter season. Not much going on the rest of this week, but I think things are about to pick up here in about 2 weeks as some of the schedules have come in from some of the other series. We're going to be putting a broadcast schedule right on the Facebook page. So if you are not a follower right now, please go to the Dirt Racing Network on Facebook. Hit that follow button. Give us a like and a share while you're there. And if you're on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo, make sure that you hit subscribe. You know every time we go live. And until we see you the next time, guys, for Dominic Santina, Zach Krieger, and myself here at the Dirt Racing